Yeah, been amazing, man. These 5 days that we've had in between games have allowed us to reset, rejuvenate, and just kind of get better. We're going really hard in practice, and that's expected because we have so much time off. But I think we're making strides for, the rest of the season.
Speaking of making strides, it seems like on the defensive end, you guys have been able to take that stride the most. I mean, you guys are down 12th in the league in defense right now. Where you got to see maybe the biggest progression on that end?
Just guarding the ball, communicating. Obviously, defensive is that's a team possession, right? So all five of us are getting more and more connected. Whoever is out there on the court, and we're being more physical. We're not getting punched in the face like we used to. We're actually holding our ground and punching others.
What has been the benefit of having had to move so many different roles prior to that?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but like I said, I just want to go out there and play basketball. I love this team, so I just go out there and just form and flow with whatever rotations or coach is calling, because that's his job. He's the mastermind behind that. But for us, man, it's up to us as professionals to be ready, no matter what, to communicate, ask questions if you need to, and then execute. My job is to go out there and do what coach says, and if he says this rotation is going, that's what's going, right? So it does benefit because we give teams different looks, but at the end of the day, man, it's up to us to go out there and execute and get it done.
Billy, you had that stretch in the third quarter in Chicago where you had three offensive rebounds and 11 open threes. I
Yeah.
guess how much of an emphasis have you placed on crashing the glass and becoming a force in that way?
I want the ball, man. So, I mean, anywhere I can get the ball. But also, I do know that extra possessions give us a better chance of winning the game. So, yeah, man, I was in that corner just crashing because I wanted the ball, and, the ball was coming my way because my energy was finding it. So, yeah, but at the end of the day, man, that's what we need to do, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. And I think I found a good formula for crashing in the corner.
Kelly, you talked about standing your ground defensively as a team. It takes a lot of trust from the other guys out there on the court.
Yeah.
How do you think this team's kind of built that trust and to allow each other to hold that capability on the court defensively?
It's just battle test. Battle test. We are all out there. We're in practice guarding. We actually guard harder in practice than we do in the game. So now we're starting to kind of turn it over and to let that carry over into the game. So it's just about just going through it, And now we're starting to see what works, what doesn't work, and we're fine tuning it from there. But honestly, defense is just effort and energy. So as long as we have those two things, coach is going to put us in the right schemes to be able to be successful. So just got to go out there and do it, no matter how you feeling, no matter if you're tired, no matter if whatever is going on. We just got to go out there and just do it, get it done.
Yeah, with the defensive schemes, Nick was saying there's been a lot of switching, a lot of emphasis on that. How do you like that personally?
I don't care. I love guarding, but I also we switching is obviously you keep your man in front easier because there's somebody always in front of them, and but no matter what the coverage is, I love to do it. I love to bust through screens, rock my shoulders and all of that. So just getting stops is my main priority.
Offensively, bit of a for you guys of late. How has really just the rest of this team kind of opened things up for you?
Obviously, with Joel back and him and Tyrese having a two-man game, that opens up a lot of us on the perimeter and in the dunker for me cutting and stuff. So, I mean, I'm just kind of getting back to my niche, which is cutting, slashing, making shots on the outside, and just trying to. I want to do more. Obviously, I want to continue to get better, showcase more. But right now, I'm just focusing on making the right reads, making the right plays, and being in the right spots for whenever they need an outlet. Work. Love is love, man. I dig that too. I got that jump too at Ace. My man.
It's good though. I know it's healthy.
How do you like after that? How do you kind of like a shoulder to him when you go through that? You've kind of been through similar things yourself.
I mean, to be honest, it's something. If you haven't gone through it, then you wouldn't understand. I think that's the toughest part about this game. We build ourselves up so much. Media builds us up. The community builds us up. And then you face an injury that you're not yourself. You're not the same. But you're expected to be yourself when you get on that floor. So mentally, it is tough. It is hard to, come to grips and try to figure out how can I kind of close the distance of where I was, while being this new, retool and everything. So I 100% understand where he comes from, because it's a battle. It's a battle. It's a mind blown when, for him, he's been so dominant, and can do everything on the floor. And when something is not there physically, you notice it. But again, every case is different. Everybody has to find that for themselves. I've been through it, and I've kind of had to figure out how to kind of make up that difference. So only thing I can do is just be in support for him, being and going through that.
You've been through. Were you talking about like the Olympics when you injured your leg in the Olympics, and how did you cope with it?
Yeah, I mean, I've been through quite a bit of surgeries, from operating on both shoulders to, the leg to, partial torn meniscus. I've kind of been through almost everything. And so I know what it's like to, have something, taken away from you and have to figure out how to get that balance and find yourself again. So a little bit is that, a little bit was the shoulder operations, not, being myself for a while because of that. Again, being here now and kind of finding who my new self is.
How did you do that? I mean, like, what
It's just, you have no choice. It's a no choice type of thing. Like, your love for the game allows you to be in that mindset to get better, and you'll figure it out. You know what I mean? You'll figure it out. You'll learn your body. You'll learn how to adjust. It's just that the passion for the game just speaks volume when it comes to injuries and how you cope with it and get through it. Yeah, I think we had a possession in Chicago where we kind of just flew around, and we knew coming into that game they're a fast-paced transition team, and we kind of dealt with this a little bit when we played Indiana at Indiana. I didn't, obviously play that game, but watching, we played fast and we were, able to get back. We matched up, we talked, we communicated, we rotated. And that's kind of who we got to be. We've got the athleticism, we got the athletes. And then we got, a presence down in the middle with Joel and Andre. So I think we had a moment in Chicago where it kind of brought it together of like, all right, we can play fast, we can get back, we can communicate. And, that's a tough team to guard because they're four guards typically and one big in the middle. If we can sit down and guard against them, that should kind of prime us for the season.
Paul, you talked about during your rehab process, you did a lot of that work with Joel through his rehab process. How did that kind of experience together help you guys out on the floor, and how are you feeling cohesively together?
Yeah, I mean, it was, I don't think it helped much, other than, us just spending more time together. But that was just a whole separate. That more so was kind of getting our conditioning and cardio, and not necessarily like offensive stuff, just getting our cardio and timing back. But I think us just going through it together, obviously spending more time with each other, definitely helped with the relationship on and off the court.
I guess piggybacking off that a little bit, just Nick was talking about it a little bit yesterday, but how much is it, you guys just really have to work it out and like almost like force feed it like you and Joel, and how much is it just you have to let it flow organically and just come to those kind of actions where you're going to be able to help each other out offensively?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a bit of both. I think it's a bit of both. Obviously on the court, like he's a presence. I could beat my man off the bounce, but then I see Joel, he's wide open, and ball's got to go to Joel. You know what I mean? Like he's such a force out there. He's got to touch the ball. He's got to get the ball. But then a lot of it does have to happen organically. Where naturally I just pick up on where he's at on the floor, and still be myself, still be aggressive, still look to score, play make. But then, when there's a good dose of that, then it's all right. Now let's play off the big fella. Let's play with the big fella, and get him involved with me being aggressive as well. So I think it's a bit of both. We got to force feed him to get him going, but then a lot of stuff just has to happen organically.
Last week, you mentioned something about you guys kind of you need to form an identity a little bit. Do you feel like that now, a couple games since then, you feel like you're still continuing to progress towards building that identity?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I wouldn't tell you exactly who we are right now, but I think we're finding and figuring out who we want to be. We are a defensive team, you know, with who we have on this roster, but we're a team that can score the ball as well and should be able to fill up the points. Fill up, you know, on the offensive end with points, you know, once we kind of get a good rhythm and flow offensively. But, you know, I don't think we've quite honed in on who we are yet. Yeah, appreciate it.